Hey guys, how is everyone? I hope you're all doing well. Welcome to our spontaneous reaction stream today. Let me just put the video on hold. That's the video here. Haven't listened to the song yet. Just got the link to it a short while ago after Troxmix requested it. So let me say hello to the chat real quick. Jonas texted me. He says he's in the chat but he can't type, so shout out to Jonas. He's over in Ethiopia. And then over in Qatar we have the thriller from Manila, the Filipino amigo. It is John Masaki. How are you, John? Hope you're doing well. And yeah, over on the other side of the world is the Croatian sensation Troxmix. I believe EG is Troxmix, right? That's your new handle. Since I think Johnny Ace blocked you on my channel for the 2 seconds he was moderator. Night Stalker over on Twitch says, hey beautiful. Oh, I don't know about that, but thank you. Night Stalker, come on over to YouTube because I'm going to give Twitch up soon. So come on over to YouTube, meet the gang, and introduce yourself. All right, so yes, sadly, yes, sorry about that. Oh, that was weird, but anyway, we love Johnny Ace, we love Troxmix. Everyone is welcome here. Mistakes can happen. So today we are going to be reviewing a song called Donnie Darko? Is it called Donnie Darko? I'm so sorry. Hold on, let me call it. Okay, up the name of the song. I've never heard of this gang before. Darko US. Donna. Okay, so it's not my fault. There is a movie with Jake Gyllenhaal called Donnie Darko. So that was the tongue twister there that I found myself tied to. Now, I know nothing about this band, nothing about this song. Troxmix told me to download the lyrics. So that's what I did, so that I can read along, I guess, because he says it's hard to understand the guy. I don't know if the guy's like from another country or whatever, but yeah, either way. Hey, I listen to all types of songs, man. I'm happy to listen to. I listen to Japanese old school rap. I listen to Ethiopian jazz, Brazilian bossa nova. So I don't care where this song is from. Right, let's get started. Bite-sized carrot, hello and welcome. I will be pausing this video in between because of copyright strikes and YouTube being very brutal. Alright, immediately there's something off here. Hold on. That guy there in the red shirt, is that the same guy? Right, you guys can see this, right? I'm switching back and forward. Bite-sized carrot saying hi, guys. The band makes very different music from this song usually, Troxmix says. Troxmix, let us know, what country is the band from? Alright, so I don't know if you guys notice the old footage, they've done that like 16mm footage or Super 8, and the footage in the house, the reindeer, the statue of the reindeer you just saw, it has like this old film stock grain filter, but it's very, like the opacity is very, very low, but it does give it a nice touch. It's meant to be the same person. Ah. And the song is created for the singer's grandma since his grandpa passed away. So these guys are grandparents. Okay, so I think he's just spoiled it for me. They are from the US, and that's real videos of his grandparents. All right. So I'm good at erasing things from my memory, so I'll probably forget that within the next 10 seconds.
I saw you again, where we used to stay.
That is a very, 80s, 90s hairstyle. Cute baby.
And talk for hours. I can smell the flowers. I try to see the good in everything. Now that you've got it, feel this energy. It's like I'm dancing it with you.
Right, hold on. Where was the lyrics? Now I understand why he said it might be hard to understand this. So I saw you again. I saw you again, where we used to stand and talk for hours. I can smell the flowers. So I think the chorus just came up here. I try to see the good in everything. Now that you've come and left, I feel there's energy between us. It's like I'm dancing here with your ghost. Wow, that is dead poetic, man. This is why I said you need them. Understood. John says, I'm going to sleep. Hey, John, language. I thought this was supposed to be depressing. Okay. Yeah, it probably is if I'm hosting a reaction video. Right. So let's continue. So this is the singer as a baby. That's him. Is that the singer there? Is he the one performing that? Let's check the lyrics out there real quick. It's like I'm dancing here with your ghost. Your fingers weave a home into mine, and every dusk alone within my mind. Oh, it's double entendre, right? And every night I drown within our bed. I know the thoughts are just here, remind us of the beautiful things. Masika says, the music video doesn't match with the music. Well, John, if there's something reliably depressive to be pointed out about something, you're the man for it. So, thank you, John. I think somebody like John might not appreciate this. Then again, John wants Five Nights at Freddy's music videos reaction, and he's going to get one. But this is an artist's way of expressing his feelings, so we're going to accept that, and we're going to explore and see what he has to offer. That's the urn. And that's a photo of them. Is that a real photo of when they got married? John, I'm going to have to kick you out, my friend. I told you to watch the language. So, hold on. So John is going to be put on a timeout for 5 months, and then he can return. Or for 3 minutes. All right, let's continue. Oh, that was nice. Look at the clock. Troxmix says, hi, Carrot. Yes, welcome, Carrot, indeed. Look at the clock. Swinging back and forth. Kind of like how time passes, I guess, eh? '50th anniversary. Bruh, he doesn't need to look past, back in sadness. 50 years anniversary. But these don't look like the people. Ah, okay, this is the actor, right? All right. Let me just check the lyrics. Where are they? Here. So that was the post-chorus was, I saw you again. The better days have gone away, but your words have burned so deep in me. To say I could forget the dream, I choke right on that misery. The days grow long, the years drag by. I never forget the time between you and I. Oh, that is romantic, man. So here you see them as a typical family. And here he's surrounded by the whole family. And then the contrast of it to capture his emotions. He's just sitting there lonely. He's having a lonely moment where he's just, basically probably waiting until he can see her again. The table, all the tables are empty. There's the empty wine glasses or glasses all about the place. The place looks spotless though. Dude has been keeping it clean. Or agony or no agony, he's been keeping it clean. Oh, little Teddy on the rocking chair. Look at that, that's cute. Dude, that footage, if that is like his real grandparents, that footage, man, you could, AI can't, no, there's no substitute for that.
try to see the good in everything.
Whoa. Dude. Let me just catch up on the lyrics. So that's her ghost standing there? Alright, let's see what happens next. I think I've ran through the whole song and... Oh, dude! Somebody named Silver just tipped the stream. Bro, I don't know where that came from. Did I see that right? Bro, I don't know where that came from. Whoa, man. Dude, thank you so much. Hold on, let me just write a thank you. I don't know. I know 3 silvers. I don't know if that's a silver that I already know. But let me just say thank you. Thank you very much, my friend. That was Arctimen Silva. Dude, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Hand pink waving. I love how it translated that like completely wrong. He probably sent an emoji and it translated completely wrong. EG says that was the first donation I was here for. That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. I don't know if you guys could see the little computer thing, the little thing, the pop-up guy. But I think that was directly to the PayPal. Silver, really, thank you so much. And this isn't the first time that Silver has donated to the channel. You actually see his name on the wall of shame of people that have donated and contributed to the channel. But that's the first time using the new pop-up link that I put in on YouTube yesterday. So many thanks, my friend. The money goes towards the Rwanda project. So I have this really cool project. We're currently editing it. And there's going to be a lot of cool, interesting things. We're starting with an animal shelter, and that money will go to that. So thank you so much, my friend. If only he could read the username. It's Arctum Silver. Oh, you can't see his... Wait, can you not see his name there? Or did I read something wrong again? I'm so embarrassed. Thank you, Arctum. Once again, thank you very much. That is very nice of you. And remember, guys, if anyone ever donates anything and they did it by accident, let me know. I will pay you back. Don't worry about it. But thank you. It's much appreciated, my friend. I didn't even know he was here today. Like, I didn't even see him. And then he did the wink, pink hand waving. And then I says it's him. So thank you so much once again. All right. So Arctums came to... I hear you say silver. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm deaf. Ah, silver? Yeah, that's my accent. Apologies, man. Apologies. All right. So Mr. Silva came here to watch some bad reactions. So I'm going to continue now. So thank you once again, my friend. And I'm going to give him his money's worth. I'm going to show him how bad this reaction can be. All right. So where do we have the media source? Ah, there. All right. Right. Let's continue. Let's see what's going to happen next. Dude, I felt that. That ghost, I'll always be here with you. Oh, you son of a... That hit me. That hit me. Did I miss some other dialogue with the ghost? I'm going to rewind that back a bit. Wait, did I just catch something? Hold on. There we go. Background. Do you see the background? Look at the photos in the background. All right, so there's a movie. I'll need to ask my friend. My friend's a musician. His name's Monty Data. You guys have heard of him. He's like, everybody uses his music on YouTube. And he once did one of his music videos where he edited some scenes from a movie where there's this ghost that's walking about like lonely. And I think it's a Norwegian movie. And the ghost has no one to share their happiness with or their sadness with. They're just consistently alone. And I'll need to ask him where that movie's from, because this is a very similar scene. And in the background, you see her with her beautiful gown on. And here she has a next level type gown. Here she's passed over. And, you know, pain-free, as we gypsies like to call it. And on the right-hand side, although that looks scary, it is the same shape or form of like a tall lady, but just bent sideways a little, which gives it the creepiness kind of look because their head's slightly bent. But all right, let's continue. So I think that was either his son or his grandson who came in. Don't tell me he was hallucinating. Well, not hallucinating. Don't tell me it was something like dementia or something like that.
I saw you again, where we used to stand and talk for hours. I can smell the flowers.
Is somebody watching him? In loving memory of Donna Miller. God bless her. January the 10th, 1943. Until April 22nd, 2019. So that was 50, 69... 76 years of age? Is that about right? Night Stalker says he's the next one to go. EG says, yep. So the part with his son coming in, if that was his son, that's kind of bittersweet. He took him out of it that second, right? And he took him away from her in that moment because he interfered, but also he's there for him. So I don't know if I'm reading into that too much. All right. Okay, so it seems... that we watched through the video. Let's just go through the lyrics one more time. I saw you again, where we used to stand and talk for hours. I can smell the flowers. By the way, that part of the song, in my opinion, was beautifully sung. You can hear him holding back. He did go for it when the chorus came. I mean, I can't sing or like shout that loud or anything. I usually have a much more softer voice. But he really went for it. You could see that, you could feel the power in it. But you can feel that he was holding back on the outro. Like, I saw you again, where we used to stand and talk for hours. I can smell the flowers. That was really catchy, the way he did that. And then I try to see the good in everything. So most probably that was an influence from her, right? Now that you've come and left. So because he interacted with her, he sees the good in everything. I feel this energy between us. It's like I'm dancing here with your ghost. So at the end he was cuddling the ghost, but maybe that's a representation of the energy that he can feel. He can feel her presence. Your fingers weave a home into mine. So maybe her presence is making him feel that his home is homelier. There's the is that dementia? Drugs? I just caught that just now. I missed it the first time round because my big stupid head was blocking the scene. Here, I can see it now. You guys can't see the mouse, right? Night Stalker said, when my patients hallucinate, they usually die. Lol. Oh yeah, so Night Stalker is a healthcare worker, by the way. And God bless her, she sacrifices a lot to help a lot of people. But yeah, the lol part was a bit sus, but yeah. I guess that's how you deal with it. I thought the ghost is a live person, and the grandpa is a ghost, since the living ones don't see the ghost, but actually he's the living one then. Oh, you know those videos with cats when they're just looking and they see these arithmetic and math issues floating about their brains, and they're just like 7 times equals squared times x minus 5 times France, and then the cat's just like, that's how I feel right now after that explanation. Don't judge me. I need dark humor to survive my job. That's what we talked about on the last stream. We did a review of Ren, a song called High Ren, and we were talking about how if you have issues with depression, sometimes the way to get around it is, a bit of dark humor, being able to laugh at yourself. These are sometimes necessities. Arctum says, yep, that was me, not a problem. I found that dollar in the woods. Awesome video. Thank you so much, Arctum. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. And yeah, hopefully it was worth it. I mean, there's not much input I can give to it. It's a rather short video, the music video itself. And to be honest, I couldn't understand the lyrics, but I love it when he sings softly. That was beautiful. I want to hear that again in a second. Troxmix says, we love you the same, Night Stalker. There we are. There, the love is being spread. Right, so let me get back to the lyrics. And just see, where do we have the lyrics here, my friends? My friends and my foes. So I feel this energy between us. It's like I'm dancing here with you. So you can feel her presence, and it's close. A dance. And every dusk alone within my mind, and every night I drown within our bed. I know the thoughts are just here, remind us of the beautiful things. So maybe that's when he is... So I don't think it's dementia. You know why? I know the thoughts are just here. So he says two lines before it, he says, and every dusk alone within my mind. Let's jump a sentence. I know the thoughts are just here in my mind. So he's conscious of that. And then he continues, remind us of the beautiful things. Remind. So I don't think it's dementia he has. He seems completely conscious. And then he says, I saw you again. So I'll get into that in a second. The better days have gone away, but your words have burned so deep in me. So the better days have gone away. The better days have gone away. You quite often hear the opposite. The better days or the best days are yet to come. And that's how I always try and condition my mind. The best is yet to come, you know. And that's how I try to consistently improve at things that I suck at. So the better days are yet to come. But he is candidly admitting the better days have gone away. But your words have burned so deep in me. To say I could forget this dream, I choke right on that misery. So for the hypothetical thought that he could potentially forget this dream life that she had given him, he would choke on the misery. But I still think he was conscious the whole time. Like he could take things in. Bite-sized Carrot says, and I think your nickname is cool, Night Stalker. Night Stalker says, thanks, it was actually a serial killer's nickname. And there goes the atmosphere in the chat room. Everybody's silent. Like, what? Bite-sized Carrot is shocked. Trucksmith says, in that way, she was his best. He might try to forget, but... and then he says, you stole my words. I'll never forget the time between you and I. There's a beautiful movie. Well, it's actually a really shitty movie, but it's also a really cool movie. And I'm going to mention the name of it, and half of the chat's probably going to vomit, and the other is going to celebrate it. The movie is called Notebook, and it's starring Ryan Gosling. So let's be honest, nobody knows if Ryan Gosling can act, right? Even as a heterosexual man, I'm saying he's such a handsome bastard. I've never looked past that. You just look at him and he looks like an emoji for Giga Chad. So in that movie, in the past, he's playing the past version, and he falls in love with, I don't know, somebody annoying. Who was the actress in that? EG says, God, Notebook. All right. So bear with me a second, right? That's the past. The present has a very well-known actor, although I've forgotten his name, but he was in a couple of cool series and episodes. Penny from The Big Bang Theory used to be in a series with him where he played her grandfather. And he actually looks a little bit like this guy who's in the video. And he plays the older version of Ryan Gosling, right? And he is still completely, utterly in love with his wife, but she's forgotten who he is. And there's a scene in it where the doctor tells him, you should go home and rest and whatnot. He says, you can't keep lurking around your wife. It's not good for you. She won't remember who you are. And he says something along the lines, it was a pretty cool line. He says, you're a doctor, but you haven't graduated to God yet. Something like that. It was a real Giga Chad line. Winston says, yo, what are we watching? Well, right now I'm talking about The Notebook, so you might want to just phase that out, but welcome, Winston. Anyway, ultimately, even if dementia was present, he could still remember. There's also a YouTube video of a man who has dementia, and his daughter is saying, hi there, can I call you Dad? And he's saying, no, I don't feel comfortable with that. I don't know who you are. Then she says to him, I'm your daughter. And he says, well, I don't know. I don't know if you're my daughter or not. And he says, but I do feel like I know you. And she says to him, well, is it okay if I call you, I think his name was Brian. And he says, yes, you can call me Brian. He says, what should I call you? And she says, I'm Stacy, I'm your daughter. He says, oh, Stacy, I don't know. I says, but I do know that I love you. Like, the way he said it, it gave me like goosebumps. And then she says, I love you too. And she says something like, is it okay if I can give you a hug? And he was like, yeah, maybe later. Maybe we can talk a little. Like, he knew he loved her. But this situation just confused him. So, I mean, we've went down the route talking about dementia. It might not be the case. I'll Wikipedia it later on. Arctman Silver says, I probably know like 20 people that if they heard this song, it would break them. I have never seen The Notebook, but I have seen Ryan Gosling, and only God forgives Giga Chad. Yeah, Ryan Gosling is like photoshopped. Troxmix says, I lost my grandma 2 years ago. Our condolences, Troxmix. God bless her. And when I found this song, I started spending a lot more time with my grandpa after that. I'm happier. Well, God bless your grandma, first of all. God bless your grandfather, and God bless you for finding that song, and for the artists like contributing to your happiness, and leading you in that direction, if that was the catalyst that helped lead you in that direction. A Night Stalker says, I'm so afraid of dementia since I work as a nurse. Remember, the only thing you should ever fear is fear itself. The actual feeling of fear is what immobilizes you. And all the focus you put onto that, that's what draws all the details into your reality. Do not fear it. You're doing an amazing job. You can be proud of yourself for doing it. And even if they can't show their appreciation to you, they know. It's a next level, higher spiritual version of themselves that know it. But they know. So shout out to you for doing that. So let me just forward this here. Let's just analyze the video here real quick. I can put the music up a little bit. Let's look for little hidden details. So the urn is there. He's conscious about the urn. If you look at all the photos, I'm assuming these are... this is the pendulum swing. Time swinging back and forward. That is heartbreaking, right? But also at the same time, it's bittersweet because that was a life well lived. She's playing with her little grandchild. She gets the wee kiss. She's having a drink. Relaxing, trying to relax. Looking at the woman you loved for so long. Half a century, right? Half a century and yet over in the blink of an eye. Well, you get it. I couldn't see the cup that he was doing. That he was holding. Good actor, by the way. Here's the dining table. Empty. He's got the angel next to her picture. Wait. Let me check something here. I want to just open up the original video. I just saw something. I think I've seen something. I think I caught a detail. The time on the clock is the length of the original song. Yeah. Damn, I'm good. Where's the clock? 4 minutes and 32 seconds. It's showing on Spotify. If that is accurate, or maybe that was the wrong song I was just looking at. All right, so I was close to both my grandparents, and both of them are now no longer in this world. But I know they're always about. Probably telling me not to do stupid stuff most of the time, or probably like shaking their heads in shame. But I know they're about. And I actually had an experience once. I'll try and make it as quick as possible to explain this to you. But this is my meeting with a ghost, right? I once in my old flat, this was a couple of months after my grandfather had passed. And in my old flat, I was sleeping in one room, and my dog was lying like next to me. Right? Now I'm hearing the lyrics, by the way. Oh, here comes the cuddle. That is scary, but also warm at the same time. You just walk right up there and get to a cuddle. And all the ornaments and pictures in the background are long, all cuddles. And here he snaps him out of it. So are these two people related in real life? No, well, that's the actor, right? But good actor, by the way. All right, so Random Stuff says, hello, how has your day been? Very well, my friend. We're just breaking down this video here, this beautiful song that Troxmix introduced us to. So yeah, as I was saying, one night I come home from work, right? I'm completely tired. So I take my dog out, we go out for a walk for an hour. I get home, it was Saturday night, and then I'm like sleeping, and then I think my dog was sleeping like on top of my chest or something. And then I fall asleep, and then I have this this dream that something is going on in the other room. So I walk into the other room, and as I'm trying to walk into the other room, my dog pushes me. Like, he jumps up and pushes me. He used to do that, right? And he pushes me against the edge of the door, and I bang my whole spine against it, like just like a slight degree past the majority of my spine. And I'm like, right? So I'm in the room, and everything is dark, and I feel something is there. So I say, Granda, is that you? Like, seriously, right? In the dream. And then he says to me, if I come out, will you be scared? And I was like, no. I says, come on out. So I see him. And when I tell this to people, they laugh. This is the part that makes them laugh. He comes out wearing slacks and no shirt, and literally just posing on top of the couch. Because when he was alive, he used to box, and he used to do long distance running. And he was super impressed by his own physique. Like he had the six pack when he was in his 70s, and he could run 100 meters within 15 seconds when he was in his, I think, 50s or 60s or something like that. Like within 16 seconds or something, right? So he was super proud. And of course, when he fell sick, he was sick for a long period of time. It wasn't the longest period of time, but it felt like every day felt like a month, right? When caring for him, because when somebody was so independent and like moving about like he was, and then to have an illness that set him back and made him bedbound, it wasn't nice for him. So to see him like that, it brought me joy, right? So I'm seeing him there, and then he says something that I've never heard him say ever in the dream. He says to me, "Hercules," and he's like showing his biceps. Now, I've never heard him say that. Number one. We then have a little discussion. He tells me 3 things in the dream. All 3 things came true. One thing I'll share with you guys, right? Then in the dream, he tells me, I ask him, how's the rest of the family? God, most of the family's dead. So I'm like, how's the rest of the family? Did you ever see anyone? Like I'm asking, in my dream, I'm asking John Massacre-like questions. I'm like, where's Uncle? So he's like, yeah. He shows me where the rest of the family is. He says, I'm meeting up with them now. And he shows me train tracks and a sign that said club, right? That's number 2. And I'll get to those 2 things in a second. Then he says, okay, it's time to go. He says, we can't talk forever, at least not now. He says, it's time to go. And then he gives me one last cuddle in my dream. And then I see him with, I think it was 4 siblings surrounding a picture of a woman, but this picture was black and white. And I can remember it vividly. That's number 3, right? So I wake up the next day, and then I tell this story to my grandmother. My grandmother, to me, she was very, very fast with counters, and she loved roasting me, and I loved being roasted by her. And I tell her this story, and if I would have told her any other story, I would have got roasted. So I start with the story. I say, hey, I walk into the room, the dog attacks me. And she's saying to me, yeah, you were probably stealing the dog's food again. And we're laughing and stuff. And then I heard my granddad, and she was like, oh, Jesus, Mary and Joseph. She said, what? He doesn't give you any peace at all, does he? And I'm laughing. And then I tell her that he says Hercules whilst showing off his biceps. She freezes. And stuff got serious that moment. Stuff went down, my man. She said to me, he said, what in the dream? And I says, Hercules. And then she kind of holds her hand over her mouth. And I was like, what's going on? What did I say? What's happening here? You're normally not that serious. Please roast me immediately. I need you to say something cheeky about me. And then she's like, when they started dating, he would try to impress her, but she didn't have time for him. She was like, I just thought he was a thug. And she was well educated, and her family was made sure that as a woman back in those days, she was independent. So she didn't need somebody like him. And then he would always come up to her and he was like, I'm like Hercules. And back then, there was a movie called Hercules that was in the cinemas, and there was an actor who was playing it, and he was big and bulgy biceps, and the women loved him. That was number 1. Number 2 was when I said I could see the whole family walking along a rail track, and there was a sign in the background that said club. And then she says, "Oh my God." And then she starts crying. She says, "That was the railway club." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And then she says, "That was a dance club. Back in the days, in Glasgow, they would invite musicians over from all over the world that could play jazz, swing, and stuff like that. And they were very welcoming. Wherever you were from the world, if you could play that music, you were invited to this jazz club place. And it was called the Railway Club, apparently. And that's where the railway was there, because it was just tracks and it said railway in the background. And then further along, it said a sign pointing to club. And then I described the woman who was in the picture at the very end of my dream. And then she says, that was his mother. And she says nobody had ever seen her because she'd passed away when he was relatively young, God bless her. But he was very attached to her. And she was crying. Like, she was so happy. Like, she says, yep. She says, "You've got the gift. I knew you had the gypsy gift." And I was like, I don't know about that. And then the next day when I woke up, coincidentally, I had forgotten the dream. But when I tried to get up, my spine was in agony. And I had a bruise in my spine. Like, I bruised my back. So, there you go. There was my... and when my grandmother passed away, I remember I had a call in my dream where she was just like, "I love you." And I woke up and I knew it was her, and I woke up just crying. I was crying like, you know how you cry when Titanic is on? Or maybe not. Or maybe when The Notebook is on. Like 10 times as much. Yeah. Night Stalker says, she's like you, doesn't have time. Yeah, that's how I am. What can I say? I'm a famous person. God, you know, what's this phone call? Wait, hold on a second. I think that's Biden and Trump. Guys, stop fighting. Okay, right. Sorry about that, guys. Let's continue the stream. EG says, the worst things that have happened to me, I had a dream about it before it happened. Once I dreamt that someone killed my family, and I came back from school seeing it. I hated it. Thankfully, it's fake. Wow, you were. I wrote that very incorrectly. Yeah, bro, there was like 50,000 ways you could have started that sentence, 18,000 ways you could have continued that sentence, and at least 6 different ways you could have ended that sentence. That wouldn't have made me shiver right now. But yeah, thankfully, your family is doing well. But my story isn't fake, right? For what it's worth. The only reason I mean, like, if it inspires someone or if it makes them feel there's something beyond something that they cannot comprehend, then yeah. And I wouldn't lie to you because of something like that. If anything, I should be lying and saying it was fake, not to embarrass myself. But yeah. So, guys, let me just run through this real quick.
I saw you again.
This is beautiful.
Where we used to stand and talk for hours. I can smell the flowers.
That guy has a beautiful voice. Right, so if they're the kind of band that makes like heavy metal stuff, sometimes the problem with heavy metal, it's very hard to appreciate actually how good the vocals are if you're a casual like me, to be honest. But the vibration in his voice, that was just beautiful. EG says, I didn't realize until I read it, but at that point, I just had to send the message. It was funny. Well, yeah, that's why you should always read a text before you send it to your boss, because it might be the difference of you quitting or getting a raise, right? 2019, that was just like what, a year prior to COVID. Crazy. Anyway, God bless Donna Miller. God bless her. God bless the Darko US for making this song. For just a sec, play Acid Inject. I would need to download it. I can't do it over YouTube. It immediately like copyrights the stream if I do it like that. But I will play it after the stream. I'll listen to it. It's probably a crazy contrast of what's going on, right? It's probably a lot more intense. Yeah. So, guys, let me just say thank you to everyone. Let me just make the chat a little bit bigger. I got a few expressions like that. I just no-sell it. I love the terminology no-sell, like in wrestling. Like somebody punches you and you no-sell it, but in the deep inside you're like, ah. You will understand what I meant by it's not their typical song. Yeah, I can imagine it goes in the opposite direction very fast. Even the chorus kind of caught me off guard. And to be fair, even though the John Masaki, who was using too much foul language, I know what route he was going down. He needed to be put in check this time because last time, you guys know who were there last time. But he did make a good point. He says, when it jumps, it takes you by surprise, and at first you have to reorientate yourself. Now that I've heard it a second time, I'm understanding the lyrics better, and now I'm like, yeah, it does suit the video more than what I'd felt in the beginning. So it was a beautiful song, and thank you for requesting it, Troxmix. You've broadened my horizon as far as good music, and that was a beautiful little tale. So God bless to Mrs. Donna, and let me say thank you to the chat. So first of all, let me scroll up and let me start with John. John, thank you for coming here. Thank you for trolling me, and yeah, you're still appreciated, even if I had to put you on a timeout. Troxmix, EG, thank you very much for this amazing video. It was pretty cool. I liked it. It was simple. The video was simple, right? But it had that impact, even though technically there was only 3 characters present. And today, and in the past, in the homemade videos in the past, you see the whole family enjoying themselves. So that contrast was pretty heavy. And me as a filmmaker, you know, I like looking at these kind of things, how they're done and breaking them down. Bite-sized carrot. Keeping those carrots bite-sized. Yeah, I thought bite-sized carrot might like this video. Deep emotional songs. That's all I knew about it since Troxmix and I watched High Ren the other day. Arctic Men Silver, a special thank you to you as well. Thank you so much for the donation. It helps the channel go a long way, and I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much, my friend. And even if you hadn't have donated, you're always appreciated. You know that. Night Stalker, shout out to Nine Night Stalker, or Nine Stalker, or Stalking for 9 Nights, 699. Thank you as well for jumping in and spending time with us and sharing your stories as a nurse. There's a lot of emotional baggage, and I feel that nurses got the short end of the stick when COVID hit, because when COVID hit, we expected them to work triple shifts. We expected them to clean our loved ones up and, you know, take abuse and everything. And then, post-COVID, they were the first ones to be threatened to get fired and stuff like that for all types of reasons that I'm not going to go into because they're irrelevant. But nurses do need more appreciation. and I think it's disgusting the amount that they get paid. Maybe that came out wrong. They should get paid more. It's disgusting how low they are paid. So God bless all the nurses out there working overtime. Winston Gordon dropped by. Thank you so much. Always nice to see you. Random Stuff dropped by. Asked us how our day was. It's always good to see you too, my friend. And sorry, Silver said I got a few experiences like that. I just no sell it. I understood expressions. All right, I got you. Experiences like that. Night Stalker says, nope, that's the right way to say it. And Troxmix says, I will be sure to send you more metal music. There's a lot of beautiful and what some deem angry and loud. Yeah, absolutely. I can't go metal too long. Metal and techno is like, I couldn't spend 10 hours in a metal disco or a techno disco, but it is fun now and again to listen to some like cool metal songs when you're going to training. Let the bodies hit the floor. Does that count as a metal? Do you know that song? Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. I was listening to that song before training, along with some Busta Rhymes. Oh, Busta Rhymes has got a cool metal song with Twister called Rowdy. Oh my God. He raps 1 million words a second in that song. I could never be a nurse, EG says. Yeah, it's not for everyone. It's not for everyone. Guys, thank you so much. If you have requests for videos, like different types of videos, sure, send them. And I can only at the moment do request videos like maybe twice or 3 times a week. And on Saturday, I'm going to be streaming Spyro the Dragon. That game is so cute. It's a dragon and his name is Spyro. That's why the game's called Spyro the Dragon. And he's purple. And he goes about saving other dragons that look a lot bigger and stronger than him, but that are completely useless. And he's a feisty little guy, like my 2 cats, whom I'm going to play with now. Bodies by Drowning Pools. Yeah, I think the lead singer passed away, right? Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. That's a song that you need. Also, do you know Limp Bizkit? They've got like a heavy metal song. It's like a rap metal song. What's it called? A little donation. That's also a real cool song. So anyway, yeah. Guys, I'll let you go. Thank you so much, everyone that joined. Of course, anyone who watches this video later on, losers. No, I'm only kidding. If you want, drop a like, and if you don't, then you should all go and be eaten by sharks on land. Nah, I'm only kidding. Busta Rhymes is the greatest rapper ever. Arctman, let me tell you something about Busta Rhymes, right? Right, we're going Arctman. One day I'll review a rap song. I'm sure sooner or later somebody's going to send me a rap song, and then we're going to have the discussion who is the greatest rapper ever. Busta Rhymes. There's a lyricist who I think is better than him. MF Doom. MF Doom is the greatest lyricist that has ever lived. Hands down, in my opinion. There are some people that come close, right? But nobody's touching MF Doom. First of all, he's got sludged speech. Second of all, he rapped a word that was 17 syllables. And third of all, he raps with multiple personality disorder, like all his personality, crazy. But he always remained underground. And may he rest in peace. He died, I think, 2 years ago. However, Busta Rhymes is his crowd control is unbelievable, number one, right? He's been doing this for, 20, 30 years? If you look back at concerts he did in the 90s and the 2000s, 2010s, and even recently, he owns the concert. It doesn't matter who else was there, how famous the singer was, if it was Ed Sheeran or whatever. Buster takes over, and he's like, that's it. And he has spliffs. Spliffs. Spliff is his right hand man. Nobody knows who Spliff is if you don't say Buster first. God bless him. I remember, by the way, 10 years ago, I met a girl in London, and I said to her, have you ever met anybody famous, right? I asked her. And she says, kinda, not really. And I says, who? She says, well, I was in Paris with my best friend, and we were enjoying the city, and then this limousine came up. And then this awkward-looking guy looked out of the window, and he literally said to them, hey, do y'all know who I am? And she was like, I think I do. I rap with Busta Rhymes. My name is Spliff. And he's like waving out the window. And then they got into the limousine. And she says he ended up giving them money. He gave them money as a present. And I was like, whoa. I says, was he like trying to get jiggy with you? And she was like, no. He says, go and buy yourself something nice. And then he says, I'll see you later. And then he just drove off, and she never saw him again. And I was like, that is the weirdest, most random story I've ever heard. So anytime I watch a video with Busta Rhymes and I see Spliff in the background, I'm always like, that guy just drives around randomly in Paris and asks teenage girls, hey, what's happening? Come on. And then they get into the car. And they're like, yeah, how's it going? Yeah, here's $100. Hey, what you doing tonight? Yeah. Okay, I'll see you later. And then they go and shop, right? So she told me, this is a story like 10 years ago. And back then she had told me it was like 5 years ago. And it was like after she finished school, she her and her friend wanted to travel Europe a bit. And I was like, Spliff, my man, that is random as hell. Like, can you imagine, like, you're in an office and then somebody's wiping the windows from outside and you look over and you're like, oh, Snoop Dogg. And he's like, hey, cuz. And then he throws $50 in the window and he's like, I'll catch you all later. Snoop Dogg. And then you're like, where did that come from? So, yeah, random stuff happens sometimes. So, yeah. And as far as Busta Rhymes is concerned, by the way, we're completely off topic now. We went from metal to Busta Rhymes. But as far as Busta Rhymes is concerned, I have never heard a Busta Rhymes song where he did not own it. Where he did not own the track. He murders everyone. He bodies everyone. And even the rappers that can go toe-to-toe with him, they have to be on their best day and their best behavior. To be honest, if I had that much money, I would be doing something like that. Bruh, that wasn't even his money. It was Buster's money. Buster's the one getting paid. And then he's like, here you go, here's $1,000. What can I do with $1,000? All right. If I divide it into 3, I can keep a bit for myself, spend a little bit for this limousine, and then, the other 200-300 just give to some random girls. Busta Rhymes murdered every track he's on. The only rapper I've ever seen that could go toe-to-toe with him was Method Man in a song called What's Happening. You know what? I'm going to review that song tomorrow or the day after. People say Kendrick Lamar has been owning the rap game for the past 10 years. He goes on with Buster. He has a decent song. I'm not a huge Kendrick fan, right? But I'll be honest, he had a decent song. But Buster just had that fun energy in the song. He just blew it out the window. Then there is a rap anthem from a movie called Space Jam from 1997. The remake was just recently with LeBron James. The original one was with Michael Jordan. In that song, in that soundtrack to that movie, there is a song called Hit 'em High. And it goes something like, hit 'em high, hit 'em high, hit 'em high, hit 'em high, hit 'em low, hit 'em low, hit 'em low, hit 'em low. And Be Real kicks off the song. For those of you that don't know, Be Real is a member of Cypress Hill. I'm going straight to the floor, unstoppable. He kicks off the song. Second is Coolio. Coolio recently passed away, God bless him. He was the rapper of Gangsta's Paradise. And, ooh, wah, wah, do, wah, did it. Something's going wrong in the city. And he also did that, too hot, it's too hot, that song about AIDS. So he was red hot back then. He goes second. Then, I think, Method Man. And then LL Cool J, or it was LL Cool J and then Method Man. LL Cool J is one of my favorites of all time in any genre because he's so versatile. And he's bringing out an album soon. I'm looking forward to that. And then Busta Rhymes came. They had to make a second version for Busta Rhymes, an extended version, because Busta Rhymes apparently went into the booth and he just rapped for 6 minutes straight, and he murdered everyone on that track. Then there was Flip Mode meets Def Jam. You had everybody on that track. LL Cool J, you had Redman, you had everyone. Everyone was at their peak at that time. He murdered that. And Chiba, what are you doing? And then a lot of people, for example, they say Eminem is the best rapper ever. Right? He's definitely a top 10 competitor, even if you don't like him. He just passed over all the genres, right? He's famous everywhere. And at his peak, when he was with Dr. Dre, that was the best version of Eminem, in my opinion. And he did 5 songs with Busta Rhymes. The first one was called I'll Kill You. And both of them rap really subtle. And M just came off of the Marshall Mathers LP, or it was just before the Marshall Mathers LP. So that was his peak selling album. Buster bodied him. Then Buster did the touch it, bring it, rain, watch it, rain it, stuff-o-matic. M came out again into the crowd, bodied him. Then there was the Roman's Revenge song, where the remix is edited, but they're all in the song together with Lil Wayne and Nicki Minaj. He murdered them. And now recently they brought out a song, or a couple of years ago, called Calm Down. And I think both M and Buster rejuvenated hip hop with that song. They really, like the interview with Busta Rhymes, he talks about how he just didn't want to release it. He wanted there to be some build up, because he says he holds Eminem in the highest regard. M heard Busta's verse first because it was on his album, and he says, "Yeah, I'll do a verse on that song." And then instead of, I don't know, 16 bars or something like that, he did like 32 or 36 or something. And then Busta was like, hold on. You think I'm inviting you onto my song so you body me? And then Busta Rhymes says they went back and forth for weeks writing verses, and they created a masterpiece. Once again, that I feel Busta just punched right into the ground, and M has a great verse on that. So definitely and when I take rappers like Kendrick or Redman or LL Cool J or Eminem, I'm not saying they're bad and Busta killed them. I'm saying these guys are phenomenal, and Busta is up there with them, if not better. Of course, it's all down to preference. LL Cool J, literally in the dictionary, the term GOAT, it's from LL Cool J, from his 2000 album, GOAT. And there's a song on that called GOAT. I'm the GOAT, the greatest of all time. LLL, the greatest of all time. Cool J. Anyway, that song is amazing. Oh, God, that's one of the best hip-hop songs ever. And very underrated. And then you've got Eminem, who also coined a word in the dictionary, a stan, for an overly crazy fan, which, depending on which rapper you like, they've all got their own stans. But GOAT and stan, those two words. There's been so many great rappers and so many great musicians, whether it be metal, rap, rock, whatever it is. There's so much great music out there. And don't forget, we're talking about English music. Delve into South America, you open up another can of whip-ass. Go to Japan, they're killing it. Go to Korea, Rwanda, Panama. I mean, I've been to all these places. I've seen live music with amazing artists, but they don't get no time, no airtime. That's why it's very hard to become famous in an industry, respect, and then to have longevity. What was it? Silva says that's why Buster can't make it, because he killed Eminem. Dude, Buster was outselling Janet Jackson for a short period of time. Like, it was crazy. He even made a song with her. If you can't beat them, join them. Winston Gordon said Kareem is a professional rapper. I wrote rap lyrics for 2 years for a rap group. To be fair, half of them were refugees. They couldn't speak English very well. And they were like, oh, you write movies, right? Can you write rap songs? And I'm like, no. But then I really had fun doing it. And then other rappers, like, I was ghostwriting. But no, can you imagine this face in a rap video? With the tooth missing and the nose all bust up. And look at this. I don't know if you guys can see it. My neck's all bust up, all the patches and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't think anybody wants to see this in a rap video. But yeah, I appreciate it, Winston. I appreciate it. Hey, if any of you guys ever want to make a rap song, we'll make one together with Trox Mix on guitar. And I said yapper, not rapper. Well, maybe I wanted to hear rapper. Maybe that's what I wanted to hear. I'll tell you who the best... Look, Buster Rhymes had Spliff. I have this guy. I have Zimba. Zimba, what are you doing, man? You've got the whole house to yourself. All right, so the rapper Yapper is going to play with this guy. And yeah, I was actually going to kill this stream like half an hour ago, and we ended up talking about rap. But thank you once again, Trox Mix, for this beautiful song. It was amazing. And thank you for opening my eyes up to this band. I'll check out some of their work. And Arctic Silva, once again, thank you for the donation. And Winston, thank you. Kareem is a professional yapper. Yeah, I'll take that. Instead of hearing a professional yapper, I heard Kareem is the greatest ever rapper. Right, it's time for... oh my God. Hi, beautiful. Kiss him for me. Mwah. It's time for him to do a dance. And it's time for me to do a beatbox. You see that? You see that booty shake? Oh man, this cat. He's got the rhythm. He's a cool cat. So guys, I'm going to let you all get to bed or work or back to your prison cells. And I will see you next time. And don't forget, take good care of yourselves, your pets, your parents, your partners, your psychology, your physiques, everything that starts with... No, I shouldn't say that. Because people can say some perverse stuff. Anything that starts with P, take care of it. And eat well, drink water, sleep well, love each other, love yourselves. And yeah, look, he's already fallen asleep. What the hell? You danced for 3 seconds and you're falling asleep. All right, guys. So take good care. I will see you next time. Thank you all for coming. And yeah, bon voyage. And where's the end stream? Boom! Ah. So good the stream has ended. I'm so happy. I really dislike all these people coming to my stream. I wish nobody would come. It's a lot more fun if only I'm there. These people ruin it for me. Especially that Troxmix guy. Introducing me to good music. A Night Stalker? Pff, who does she think she is? A nurse going around saving people. And Bite-Sized Carrot. Why not have a regular-sized carrot? They're bite-sized too. You don't have to put emphasis on that. Well, oh no, microphone was on. This is so embarrassing, guys. I'm so sorry. That was a play I was rehearsing for, and it just happened to have had all your names in it. So yeah, I will just turn the microphone off now, and I'll wish you all a great rest of your evening.